finding out you're pregnant is really exciting, and once you find out you're pregnant, you're wondering about what your next steps are going to be. Now you're going to be preparing your nursery, your home, and you're going to be preparing your mind and your body for labor and delivery. Whether you're ready or not, this baby is coming out one way or another. So you do all of this research, you figure out what your birth plan might look like, and then you have your baby, and then the hospital sends you home with a human that you're responsible for, and you have to keep this kid alive and well for the next 18 years until they can do it on their own. And even at that point, honestly, like, I don't know who decided that 18 is considered an adult, because no. So there's no rule book, right? And of course, like, there's that wonderful book, What to Expect When You're Expecting. And that gets you so prepared for labor and delivery, but what about the 4th trimester? What about that first 3 months at home with a newborn? What should you really expect? And how can I help make this a more happy time for your family and a more rested, healing, and bonding time for your family? Well, let's jump right into this video and I'll tell you. Now, the first thing to expect is that your hormones are going to be out of whack. You probably went through round 1 of the hormonal crazies when you first got pregnant, and I will tell you that most people probably knew I was pregnant before I told anyone that I was pregnant the first time because of my hormones. I was snippy. Usually, like, I will be like snippy in a well thought out way, but when I was pregnant with my first, I will never forget this one situation where somebody set me off at work, and I went straight to her and I was like, who do you think you are? You're not my boss, blah, blah, blah. And that is so not like me. People around me didn't know I was pregnant, so they didn't know that that was like kind of the reason behind my explosion. Expect all of that after you have your baby as well, especially if you're nursing. Your hormones are just gonna be all over the place. Hate to say it, but somebody has to, and you need to be prepared. You will have the baby blues, as they call it, for about 1 to 2 weeks after you have your baby. You might just cry for no reason. You might cry because the rice is overcooked. You might cry because your drink is too cold even though you put a million ice cubes in it. You might just cry, okay? And that's okay. At any point after the first couple weeks, you're still feeling this overwhelm, then you can talk to your doctor, and when you go to your 6-week check-in, talk about those feelings and emotions, and your doctor can obviously tell you if this is something that needs to be further addressed or if it will go away on its own. The next thing that you should know about is the postpartum hair loss. Now, your hair may come out in clumps, and if you see, like, can you tell how thick my hair is? My hair came out in masses that would literally make a wig for another person. And I was like, I'm gonna go bald. You're not gonna go bald. The whole like science behind all of that, and sometimes just knowing the reason why things are happening, really helps us to not freak out about it in the long run. The science behind it is because when you're pregnant and you have the beautiful, thick, long, beautiful, great hair, your body is hanging on to all of those hormones. And then once you're not pregnant anymore and your hormones change again, then all of that hair comes out. So you're not really losing a huge amount of hair. Some people do, and if that happens to you, it's okay. It will come back, and there are different measures that you can take to help it come back a little bit faster. That's not anything that I've dealt with, so I don't really know exactly what products, but I'm sure you can Google some options for that if you're struggling with it. While I'm talking about hormones, another thing that I want to kind of touch on real quick is that sometimes your hormones may not come out as like a depression or like the typical crying that we hear a lot about. And that kind of goes like with the story that I told about me snapping at a coworker. Like, sometimes it comes out as anger. Sometimes it comes out as anxiety. Sometimes it just comes across differently. So you don't always have to look for the excessive crying, because I was never like that. I wasn't a crier. I wasn't like one of the, oh my gosh, what if I drop my baby? Like, I wasn't one of those. I wasn't like crying all the time. I was as snappy-doo. Like, if I was pissed, people knew. I could not bite my tongue, so whoops. But just keep it in mind that not every symptom of postpartum anxiety or depression is going to come off as crying. It may come off as heightened anxiety or lots of anger. Okay, something that I don't think enough people talk about postpartum is the vag pain. Your vagina is going to hurt, okay? Period. End of story. Okay, I guess I'll elaborate. You're gonna pop a huge human out of your vagina and think that you're just gonna walk around like all willy-nilly, everything's great? No, it's gonna hurt. Sitting is gonna hurt. Peeing is gonna hurt. Pooping is going to be nearly damn impossible. Everything is going to hurt. Walking is gonna hurt. Laying down might hurt because you're gonna have to get up and use all those muscles that you just used to push a baby out of your body. Everything's gonna hurt, and that's okay because the pain will go away. Another part of like the painful post-birth experience that no one told me about was the postpartum contractions, where when you're nursing, and maybe this happens if you're not nursing, but I don't know from experience, but when I would be nursing and that letdown would happen, and then the contractions to help your uterus get back to its original size, which I don't even know if like original size is a thing, but when you have those contractions when you're nursing, it is normal. And I was terrified. I didn't know that this was gonna happen, and I call my doctor and I'm like, why am I having all of this? Like, I feel like I'm having more contractions, and they're like, oh honey, you are having more contractions. Well, no one told me. Why didn't they tell me about this? No one told me. So I'm telling you in case nobody else told you. Speaking of that, before you leave the hospital, every time, or maybe not every time, but several times post-delivery, when the doctors come in and check on you and they push down on your stomach / like uterus area, like I don't know what they're trying to do, like squeeze the shit out of you, but oh my God, like why do we do this? I don't know why they do it, but they do it. And if you're not aware of this and I am the only one telling you, then I will be the only one telling you, and I'm sorry that I'm the only one telling you, but it happens. They will be pushing on your stomach, getting stuff out of places and things. I don't know why they do it, but it hurts. So take a deep breath and some ibuprofen and you'll be fine. So obviously I'm gonna talk about the exhaustion. As a pediatric sleep consultant, sleep is a very important thing. And when you're in that 4th trimester and you are in the thick of it, you're going to be up every 2 hours. You need to expect that. And you can plan ahead. You can plan ahead by asking for help. You can take my newborn course. I put so much love and energy and effort into this newborn course for families so that when you get to the newborn phase and that 4th trimester, you are prepared. You know what's going to happen. So go to the link in the description box down below and grab this newborn course. It's not just about sleep. It is about everything from mama healing, bonding with your baby, feeding, sleeping, eating, all the things, okay? So just grab the newborn guide. You will be glad that you did. Another thing that can help with that exhaustion is you're going to have a mental to-do list. And when you have this mental to-do list, the best thing to do is to put it on paper. So if you write down all of the things that need to be done around the house, things that frequently need to be done. Maybe you have to do the dishes or wash the kitchen table a million times a day if you have older kids and they're eating. They're gonna get crumbs everywhere. So you're not going to be able to stand up and down and sweeping and reaching and washing and all the things. You're not gonna be able to do all that. So have a to-do list on the fridge, anywhere, and whenever anybody asks what they can do to help, point to the list, girlfriend. You already got it all written out, so it's right there and at their fingertips, so they can just help you when you need help. The last thing that I'm talking about today is taking it slow. Slow down, take it in, and just enjoy the process. Enjoy letting your body heal. Enjoy, like, I know it sounds weird, but like enjoy the fact that your body does amazing things. Amazing things. We make people, we push out people or get people cut out of us. We get up and walk after that process, and then we feed and nurture and grow and all the things. This little human. Enjoy the fact that you have done such a big thing. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy, the amazing things that our bodies do and that our hearts are capable of loving as much as we do. Just bringing home that baby, loving on that baby, bonding, getting to know one another, because your baby is getting to know you as much as you're getting to know your baby. It is the best time of your life. It really is. And my kids are 6, 8, and 9, and every single day, I think about those first few months with my new babies, and I miss them. If you are in the thick of it, know that it goes by so quickly. Know that you're never alone. Know that even if you don't have all the people in your world reaching out to help you, you have me, and I'm here to help you, and you can always reach out to me. I think that you are doing an amazing job. And I think that you are the best mom for your baby. And that's it. That's my little pep talk today. There are going to be things in your 4th trimester that you didn't expect, that you didn't know were gonna happen, but they're gonna happen. And everything will be fine, and you will get through it, and your baby will get through it, and everything will be amazing. And once you get used to one thing, the next thing's gonna come up, and then the next thing, then the next thing, and guess what? I'll be here for you whenever you need me. So grab my newborn guide in the description box down below, and keep blooming. Mwah.